What's up guys, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to build a turbo scooter using only simple tools and no welder. First, you're going to need two wheels. You can get them from, pretty much any hardware store. Harbor Freight works too. You're going to put a sprocket on it using metal tubes and threaded rods.
It's always being weird.
You're going to cut the metal tube into 3 pieces. And then you're going to drill holes into the sprocket and the wheel. Use a threaded rod to connect all those together. You're going to want to make sure that the sprocket is straight and centered with the wheel, otherwise you'll have problems with the chain falling off the turbo. Moving on to the frame. For the frame, I used metal tube and wood planks. You can use basically any kind of wood as long as the thickness is the same as the thickness of the metal. First, I drilled holes into the metal tube, and this took a very long time. A very good tip I learned later was to push down really hard on the drill and go at medium to slow speed so that the drill bit doesn't get burned and dull the drill bit. After that was finally done, I cut out 2 pieces of wood and then put them underneath the metal tube. Then I cut 2 longer pieces of wood and put them in between the 2 metal square tubes. It's important that you put the longer pieces of wood between the metal tubes before bolting the smaller ones to the metal tube so that the measurements are right. You'll see what I mean in the video. Then I use deck screws to hold the longer pieces of wood in place. Next, we're going to be attaching the rear axle of the turbo scooter. To do this, I used a metal rod and drilled holes in it, and then attached the wheel to the metal rod.
You'll do.
And bolted that to the metal frame. For the front part of the frame, I use the front half of a bike that I cut in half. I'm not going to show cutting it in half because I already had done it like a while back and used it for a drift trike, but it's pretty basic. You just find an old bike. It's pretty easy to find. Just eBay it for maybe like 20 bucks, or there'll be one on the street, or maybe you just have one at your house, and then you just cut that in half. Then you're going to want to drill 2 holes in the back of the bike frame. I also used another metal tube to prop up the bike frame because it was kind of moving around a lot when I tested it. To hold the metal pipe in place, I just drilled a hole into the bike frame and into the bottom of the metal pipe and just used screws to hold it in place. Mounting the front wheel. This is probably the easiest part of the whole thing.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
All you gotta do is just cut the metal pipe that we used for the rear axle and put that through the front wheel, and then you're gonna put the threaded tube or the threaded pipe, the threaded rod, and put that through the tube that's serving as the front axle, and then bolt that all up with 2 nuts. Moving on to the engine. So first, I cut out blocks and then put them to prop up the engine, and then I drilled those in with deck screws. If you've drilled those blocks into the frame, then it's pretty straightforward. You just have to mount the engine. Just make sure that you put the chain on the engine and the sprocket first before mounting it. You're also going to want to use a chain tensioner because the chain will probably fall off. And now we ride.